Ciao nice people! Welcome on this new stream of Katawa Shoujo. Again, it's the first time streaming this with a new setup, since I have a different webcam actually. I also changed the stream avatar setup. Zoro is outside of the picture. Wait, sorry, Zoro. Yoink! Okay, here. Yeet! Okay, perfect. We are still in the stream, okay. I need to check if... Okay, perfect. I'm using the right audio. First time with this setup. Okay, and hello, ciao nice people, ciao Zoro, ciao everyone. And yeah, new Amy photo in the main menu. She's running here. Because we got the chapter 2 of Amy completed. Now we are into a relationship with Amy. That's why this is a fantasy game, as I said. No wait, I'm misclick. Okay, wrong button. I was saying, let's continue here. So what happened last time? Well, last time we got a girlfriend in the game. Well, she actually declared, which was pretty impressive. She's pretty bold, despite her appearance, I would say. And now we are happily in a relationship. Woo! She's still hiding something, probably her leg still hurts. But she doesn't want to say it, probably because the nurse won't let her run. So we kinda forced her to go visit the nurse this evening. Even if I'm not sure if she will follow through, honestly. We will see. And after that, oh, I forgot actually. I suppose we didn't have anything to do and we went to the library. And also another thing, we are... with Mutu, we formed a science club or something like that, with only us two, because we want to improve in science or whatever they are studying to enter a good university later. Which seems like will become a plot point later of some kind. Okay. Yeah, because I don't have anything to do tonight. Emmy and I didn't make plans, so you call her and make plans, right? No! This dumbass goes to the library. It beats doing homework in my room anyway. You have a girlfriend! Use it! Wait. Doesn't sound the right way if I put it this way, but... You know... It's a good moment to get to know her better. Okay. Amy probably now is going to the nurse, so I don't know. Still. Okay. So now we are in the library. Wait, before continuing, let me set a spawn point. Okay, here. Otherwise people will spawn out of bounds, as always. Okay. Yep. The library always seems cooler than the rest of the building. Wait about the freezer! Probably to keep the books from getting damaged by excessive heat and humidity. Ah wait, it was not a... Wait. It was not a joke? Wait, no, it was not in a... Cooler in the sense that it's cold. I was thinking it said cooler because, oh yeah, the books are so cool! No, it's just cold. Books are sturdy objects, but if you want to keep them in good condition, it takes a little effort. Well, not really a supreme effort, you just don't put them in wet places or humid places, something like that. I have books, but I don't need to take specific care of them. So I wouldn't say little effort more than not being dumb. Which are probably different things. Sorry, I need to stop one thing. The other chat. Okay, here. We are ready. Hi Fado, what's the new layout? Now I'm through the screen. Now I can finally. I am slightly closer than to the waifus. You know, now I can be physically here. No, I don't interpret it the wrong way. I mean, I feel more 3D, more HD. I'm not sure about HD, but we are closer though. We are in the right direction. We didn't do anything. We are just in the library, and I misinterpreted what it means with cool. I've got several books that are so well worn, the pages are barely clinging to the spine. Yeah, I know. I actually... I want to tell you a weird coincidence. I have a book from my mother when she was young, or my parents, I don't know which of those, about the manual of the jokes. But it's very old, apart from not being funny because it's all the jokes. It's so old that the pages are broken. Here the book barely stays in one piece. But I don't know how or why my grandparents, like 3 years ago, gifted me another version of the book without knowing I had it broken. But this now it's not broken, it's not falling apart. So weird coincidence to have finally a repaired book, which are the jokes I read on stream sometimes. Yeah, I don't know why we ended talking about books. I don't even read a lot of books now. I don't read books now, just to correct. Years ago, yeah, I was reading a lot of books, but I stopped. Visual novels are better. Let's be honest, visual novels are way better. Seems impossible for them to still be usable, but if you handle them with care... I make my way to the main desk, where I spot Yuko busying herself with something or another. Oh. At least she's not worried now. She's always worried for one reason or another. Bonk. I meant like... I don't know what I meant. Well, never mind. She waves. Hello, Hisao. Oh, she remembers me, finally. Good to see you again. What are you looking for this time? Nothing in particular, I guess. I just didn't really feel like going back to my room, is all. You do not. Well, if you're unoccupied, you could help me look for something. Oh no, a side quest! Is it a side quest? I lost my glasses. Can you help me find them? You are wearing them. Oh, thanks! Mission complete! Para-pa-para-para-pa-para! Ding! And you get the free experience. Sure, what do you need? Yuko brings a finger to her lips and looks around furtively. She seems to be looking for eavesdropper. Come closer. I take a few hesitant steps forward while feeling distinctly unnerved. Yuko lowers her voice to a confidential whisper. I'm on the trail of the Yamaku cat burglar. Oh wait, there was the problem last time about the guy who didn't return the books, or the book that disappeared, which we know was our neighbor. Maybe it's the case of the neighbor that is stealing books. Yamaku cat burglar? Maybe she's talking about him. The what? Shh! They will have ears, Hisao! Or they might. But listen, those missing books, remember them? Okay, yeah. It's those books. Yeah? They aren't missing. They were stolen. I'm convinced of it. I remember you saying something of the sort earlier, but how do you know? Yuko leans closer and, if possible, whispers even lower. Because I found one of his hiding places. You did what? Yuko looks triumphant. Found one of his stashes. It was under one of the stairways in the boys' dorm. 3 books I'd been looking for, all there. I suspected a thief before, but this proves it. So, did you take back the books? Yuko looks up as if I've suggested she walks around naked. Fun service. Are you nuts? He can know I'm onto him. He might go to ground and evade capture. So, what do you need my help with then? Yuko casts another glance around the library and leans in closer. You got to spy for me. Spy? Grabbing nuts? We can still do it in time. We are still at October. Yeah, like when you're in the dorms, you know. Keep an eye out of suspicious activity. What constitutes sus anyway? I mean, Kenji is a pretty suspicious dude, but I'll wager he barely goes to class, much less sneaks into the library to pilfer books. Actually, he did. Also pilfer, I remember the term, but I forgot what it means. Probably, yeah, to steal. Let's see. To pilfer. Oh yeah, making small, stealing small things. Okay, nice. Still, what's the harm in saying yes? At least it will get me out of this weird conversation. Don't worry. Probably it's awkward even for her. Social interaction with her is weird. Yeah, I could do that, no problem. Still, no from Chrono Cross. Ah, because... Is this some sort of passive or term or skill? Yuko straightens up and claps excitedly. Great! Now hurry up and talk about something else in case someone comes in. How's the school treating you? Pretty well actually. I've been running in the morning with Emi Barazaki, right? Yeah. How do you know? I served you two in the tea house, remember? I deduced that if you were going to run with anyone, it would be probably her. She looked pleased with herself. Impressive. Anyway, yes, we've been running in the morning. And we kinda started dating. Yuko claps her hands together excitedly. Really? That's great. I bet you two are great together. I love seeing people find one another like that, you know? I even thought to myself, when you walked into the Shanghai that one time, I wonder if that kid will wind up with one of those girls. Really? Yuko doesn't seem to notice my somewhat weirded out tone and nods affirmatively. It's a skill. Ah, okay, weird. Usually it's called steal or... what was the other one? No, usually it's steal. I never heard of pilfer. I could tell that you wind up with one of them, you know? Have got an eye for that sort of thing? Of course. Her expression droops slightly. I'm not so good at it myself. Oh, I'm sure that's not true. Oh, it's true. I met this guy once. We got along really great, but turned out he was younger than me. How old are you? Listen. And that was kinda weird, but not terribly so. What was really weird was that he disappeared one day, and I've not seen him since then. Did he run away or... FB open up. Come on, can't be that younger. Game audio? Oh, thanks for telling me because... Ah, here it's missing. Thanks. Because... okay, because he's catching one game in particular and... Last time we replaced it with another game. With Break Wolf demo. Okay, now it should work. Oh wait. Probably the audio regulation is not the intended one. Let me take a quick look. Wait, unfortunately I feel like I changed the regulation. Okay, here. Let's see. No, okay, perfect. The audio regulation is fine. Because I changed the setting while playing the other not safe for work game. That does seem kind of odd. Doesn't it? I hope it wasn't something I did. I feel compelled to reassure her. I'm sure it wasn't. Wait, I need to know. Sorry, how old is Yuko? If it's not spoiler. I can't know it's spoiler unless I see it, but I don't think so. Yuko age. Yuko... I don't think there's a precise value. Okay, okay, I wasn't expecting no result. I intend to try and calm her down further, but the both of us jump in surprise as the ringing suddenly coming from my pocket. Yuko sighs to steady herself as I pull the phone out of my pocket. I feel a little sheepish for indirectly causing the incident. Wait, we got the phone! Is this Steins Gate? Yes. Yes. It's the wheel of the Steins Gate. Helps I kangaroo. Amy, what's up? Ah, thank God, I haven't called your phone before, so I didn't know if this number would work or whether you pick up and I can't. Oh, Amy, slow down. What's wrong? There's a pause on the other side, during which I can hear Amy trying to control her breathing in order to calm down. Something has got her terribly agitated, and it's starting to agitate me. Can you stop by? Right away! You know the meme. Come alone. I'm sorry, I'm in the library. I'm alone. Like now or shortly after now? I really need to talk with you. Oh no, we are already breaking up. It was good until it lasted. There's a ton of pleading in the last sentence that I don't think I've ever heard from her. Of course, I'll be right there. Hold it steady, okay? In my increasingly agitated state, I've apparently started saying things that don't quite make sense. Sorry, I'm flirting with a librarian. The longest relationship. Okay, I'll be okay. See you soon. I press the button and end the call before slipping the phone back into my pocket. Apologize to Yuko for running off and run off. Perhaps at some point I would have stopped to think about the time, or how sus it looks for a guy to enter the girl's room at this hour. Except right now, I'm just concerned with getting to Amy and finding out what's wrong and how I can help her. I knock on the door and am greeted with a subdued, "Come in." Something is very wrong as I stare at the scene before me. Amy is there, yes, but she's in a wheelchair. That's what happened with the nurse, right? And her legs are missing. Well, they were missing all along. I glance around the room and see them sitting in a corner, looking like they've been thrown there. I don't know why it gives me some Lily vibes, because it's her figure, the cute, the sweet girlish figure, but with something to support her, like Lily had the rod to help herself move around. So kinda reminds me of that, and also of Shogun from Chaos Head. Though she's not evil. My legs are broken, my kneecaps are stolen, and forever bound to a chair. Okay, what was that? Emi responds to my entrance with a loop-sided grin that is both pleased to see me and completely, utterly heartbroken. Hi, Isao. Looks like she's been crying, but if she was, she stopped now. I noticed that I'm a little out of breath, having taken the stairs 2 at a time in order to get there. Oh, that's love. My heart doesn't seem to mind the strain, though. I file this happy fact away from later consideration. Like when I'm not staring somewhat dumbstruck at my girlfriend in a wheelchair. Realizing I will not respond to her greeting, my brain lurches into gear. Emi? What happened? Did you broke your leg? Oh wait. Next series, Metal Gear Rising. Well, that's still a game I need to play, but there are too many. Also, you see at which rate I play them. Katawa Shoujo will probably last for another 4 months at this rate. Guess I should have listened to you, Isao. My leg got a nasty infection. I'm not allowed to run on it for at least a couple of weeks. Well, at least it's only some weeks. Not some year or never. Still, I see how you don't like it. She gives a bitter laugh that shouldn't be coming from her. I can't even walk on it. I could have used a crutch and kept one of my legs, but I don't see the point. Why, Hope? You can't run on one leg. At least this way I can still, I don't know, roll fast or something. Well, there are actually some Paralympics, right, where you can run with your wheelchair. So not all hope is lost. Yeah, that's good, right? My awkward attempt to look on the bright side seems appreciated, but not really effective. Emi shrugs again. It's just kind of a nuisance. I mean, we can't even it up on the roof now. No wheelchair access. You would expect a school that accommodates boys and girls with every sort of disability to have wheelchair access. Okay, they have it on the first floors, but not everywhere. Okay, suppose the abandoned roof isn't the top priority to have a wheelchair access. Still, there should be other places to reach, right? Well, I get it, the rooftop was their private place, and you can't have a school anime without a rooftop, of course. I mean, we can stay together, that's the important thing. That loop-sided grin again. Hurts to look at it. I suppose so, yeah. But like I said, it's a nuisance. I mean, I haven't really used a wheelchair in... She thinks for a minute. Maybe 7 years? Something like that anyway. A long time. I'm afraid I'm out of practice. Well, unfortunately it's only temporary, right? Emi nods. Oh, yeah, of course. It's not like I've lost them permanently. Well, technically. But it's a pain in the ass all the same. I nod. There's not much else I can do after all. Yeah, moral support. What I'm gonna do? Say, I told you so? Although I did tell to get that leg looked at. But by the time I noticed, it was too late anyway. Do you need help with anything? That is, can I help with anything? She also has a similar smile as Lily. Emi shakes her head and there's a bit of her usual grin back. Nah, I can manage fine by myself. Although if you want to help me over to my bed, I would save me time. Would save me the trouble of rolling over there myself. Really rolling over. I blush in spite of myself. Yeah, the girl says, I'm rolling to my bed and I immediately blush. That's the normal reaction, right? Emi giggles. Pick up Emi. Emi added to your inventory. Use Emi on bed. Zoro doesn't sound good actually. Oh. You're such a prude, Hisao. What's a prude? A prude is a person who is or claims to be easily shocked by matters relating to sex. Wait. Ah, because, yeah, the protagonist was thinking about the bed, I don't know. Wait, so... It's time for the scene. It's the time. I'm not a prude, I just wouldn't want to take advantage of a young woman such as yourself. It's ungentlemanly. Use rubber chicken with pull in the middle on Amy. What was the rubber chicken? I will Amy's chair to her bed and easily scoop her up and deposit her there. She quickly sorts herself out and sits on the side. She's actually a little heavier than she looks. Don't tell her. Would be rude to me to observe this aloud, of course. Man, you're kind of heavy! Isao! You just... Smack! While smiling. Amy hits me with a pillow. Okay, okay. At least it's a pillow. Ass! Just saying, is all. Must be all that running. Isn't that the opposite? At the mention of running, Amy's grin falters slightly. Hey, I guess I won't have to worry about that for a bit, huh? Maybe I will lose some weight. That's what you do to lose weight, right? Cease physical activity. Yeah, I wish that worked. I'm pretty sure that's what a nurse would recommend. Speaking of which, are you going to still be showing up in the mornings? I'd hate to run along. Oh shit. Amy's other intersection, more a disquieted muttering than anything too profane, causes me to look over in a shock. She's leaning forward, trying to cover the fact that she's crying by covering her eyes with her hand. Of course, the subdued sobbing makes it pretty obvious that she's crying. Before that's the fat Amy wrote. No, no, please. Plot twist. At the end of every route, each girl gets fat. And that's a fat inflation fetish game or whatever. No, please. Hey, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything, okay? I place a hand gingerly around her and pull her close. I can think of nothing else to say or do. How do you comfort someone who's just lost their legs again? Let me rinse my brain with bleach to forget that. Well, do you remember on while we were playing RPG Maker games like 1 month ago? There was that guy who drew girls with enormous breasts in the game which we played. We took a look of their pics and they drew girls from Katawa Shoujo with a way bigger breast. Sorry, I don't know why I need to bring out this image again. Amy wraps me in a hug and stays that way for a while. Sorry, I'm pretty bad at this whole comforting thing, I guess. Don't say that. I'm fine, really. Her voice is slightly muffled by my chest. I pat her head reassuringly. That's the spirit, right? You'll get through this fine, I know it. Besides, I'm here to help you, remember? Amy lifts her head and stares at me with tear-strained eyes. Can you? Can you really? She's grinning loopsidedly and something sparkles in her gaze. I can't tell if I'm being mocked or not. Of course, I mean, sure, you're a bit heavy, but... My witty comment is cut off, but the sudden press of Amy's lips on mine. Ah, okay, this time is not a... I forgot. Pillow. Okay, it's not a pillow this time. Better than a pillow, I would also say. I'm caught off guard and I'm rewarded by hitting my head on the wall behind her bed. Ow! Amy pulls back, trying to look concerned rather than she's about to laugh. Are you okay? Sorry. Instant bonk. Why is the karma so real in this game? I rub my head ruefully and grin back at her. Caught me off guard here. Is that going to become a habit? Am I going to be lectured by Shizune and Misha more? At the mention of the duo, Emi giggles. Honestly, those two. If I didn't know why, I'd be utterly confused as to why she hangs around with someone so bossy. Which one are we talking about? Well, Shizune, of course, is the bossy one. You know exactly which one, Hisao. Misha is hardly bossy. So what's the reason then? Huh? The reason why Misha hangs around Shizune? Well, because they are friends. Because Misha is helping Shizune. Emi waves my question off with a smile. No idea. I see. Anyway, you seem to be forgetting the original question, don't you? Oh, yeah, I guess I am. You wouldn't mind giving a guy a little warning, wouldn't you? For the random kissing. Otherwise, I'm liable to wind up with a concussion. I emphasize the point by rubbing at the back of my head. Emi giggles madly. How do you giggle madly? Maybe like this? I don't know. No, a giggle is... Eh? That's not just a laugh. I will laugh. Eh? I don't know how do you giggle madly, honestly. You could wear a helmet. Some kids here do, you know. Or I could just take revenge. I grab a pillow from beside me and whack Emi over the head. No, you don't take revenge with... You take revenge with a kiss, not with a pillow. Honest reaction. Dead! No! Still counts as a revenge. Emi topples off the bed and lands on the floor with a thump. Her arms promptly reappear on the bed, and she manages to pull herself back up. She really has a surprising amount of strength in that little body. Her face is turned downwards and away from mine, making me think I might have accidentally hurt her. Emi, are you okay? You didn't hit your... A hand shoots up and grabs my collar. She pulls me with a sharp tug. Her face now barely an inch away from mine as she's grinning cheekily. Can we stream this? It's getting suddenly very jump scare. Cute girl grabbing you jump scare. Emi? Bonk! And she headbutted me. She gives me a sharp... Yo, wait, really? I was kidding. She gives me a sharp headbutt, our foreheads making quite a loud thud. You died! I might want to add a green screen that says you died. That would be incredible. Let me note it down. Perfect. You're finally awake. Good, calm that down. You see, you know her. She would never calm down. She's the wild type. And I'm enjoying it. I sit back and rub my now sore head as Emi smirks victoriously. How's that for revenge? No fair. You can take revenge for revenge. For someone missing most of her legs, Emi is surprisingly agile. I swipe at her, but she deftly rolls out of the way. Oh, she's rolling! She's a Dark Souls player, I see. And lands a hit with her pillow. Of course, the odds are against her. I can stand up for starters. That's unfair. Oh! Never mind, she won. She won on the entire line. What's with that smug face? Guess I can't after all. Emi seems to have effectively tripped me up and is now sitting primely astride me as I lay on my back. I'm not even sure how she managed it. Astride. What's astride? Astride. With a leg on each side of... Ah, okay, okay. Let me save it. Ah, okay. A smug face. I don't know about the Arara, but It's a bratty smug face, I would say. I win! And I twinkle mischievously. I've been truly defeated, and by a girl that's a fraction from my size at all. Then again, being defeated doesn't seem quite so bad. Amy being positioned over my waist isn't something that I or my body can ignore easily. I open my lips to speak, but Amy's head darts downwards before I can get so much of a word out. I give no resistance as she presses her mouth to mine. Not that I'd want to. This girl is dangerous! She pins me down, she kisses me. She's clearly the dominant. Okay, interesting. This is different somehow. She pulls back, nips at my lower lip. Stop, girl! Stop! You're too much. Her rain initiates the embrace. Her tongue darts inside my mouth, explode. Wow, she's super direct. No, agent, you see, she's the one abusing me. Yeah, I don't think they will believe that though. Okay, we're getting 18 plus territory, I suppose so. As long as it's not anything explicit, don't worry. I still have the button ready. I can feel a warmth spreading through my body as my heart begins to beat faster. My mind starts to go foggy, and I become vaguely aware of my hand traveling up Amy's blues. Okay, maybe it's time. It's time to go more no visual. Time to go no visuals. We still have the music though. Okay. Okay, from now on I'm just reading. Well, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so Amy gasps as I reach a boob. Then there's a giggle, and then okay, I can show this. It's a little delayed. Okay, here. I stare up at a grinning Amy. Told you, that makes my second win now. What? That doesn't count. You use feminine wiles. All fair in love and war, right? Huh? And you're even blushing? I didn't know you were a blusher, Isa. What do you mean you're a blusher? Is this a category? Is the world divided by blushers and not blushers? You were blushing too, you know, probably because of your prudish ways. Even I've got to admit, this is a stupid thing to say to a woman who is currently straddling me and has been, up until a few seconds ago, playing tonsil hockey with me. I suppose kissing. That was the image you hit? No, I just hit the previous dialogue. Because started talking about... that was nothing really, the touching the chest. There were no images. I will describe the images, don't worry. A prude, am I? Well then, let's see who blushes first, shall we? Is this a bet, a race? Well, not really a race. A contest. The blushing contest. What about the blushing contest for the forum? Where we make a game about blushing? No, never mind. Our intensifies can get worse. I'm not sure whether the tone of her voice terrifies or arouses me, but that question is quickly made rather moot. What's moot? Subject to debate. Okay. Did I save the... Okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay, time to censor, time to censor, time to censor. Okay, the same image, but she doesn't have a dress, and neither well, she's wearing nothing, okay? Only the underwear, only that. Okay, same image though. That was fast, yeah! In a motion of a practice ease, she peels off her blouse off and tosses it carelessly aside. Her bra and skirt quickly follow it onto the floor. It's of course it's fast. Everything is fast. Even sex will be fast, right? Ha! I fight the urge to blush. It's another hard task. Well, yeah. Let me look that up on R34. Yeah, it's again the same image. She just doesn't have. She just has underwear. Also, she's not. She's a little toned up. She's not fat. Really. She's not even muscular. She's just not fat. How to say? Also, small boobs. Escalation, is it? My own shirt follows a suit, albeit with some difficulty thanks to my position. Amy mocks yawns. Oh yeah, okay, even the protagonist is without a shirt. Even before, but I didn't notice. You will have to try harder than... Ah, there's a little zoom on her face. Wait. And now she changed the expression. It's more like a... I don't know how to describe it. You know what? Small peek here about the face. You can see, right? Okay. Small peek, really. Small peek. Oh, I don't know what the face is about, though. Because we are clearly not starting that already. Well, we did... I don't know. My hands gently caresses Amy bare skin, causing her to shiver. But seems that my hands are acting on their own again, you pervert. If our position had let me, I'd probably have finished her undressing for her. I start to say something about how Amy is starting to blush, but both of us are very rapidly reaching the edge of something very barely holding us back. Conversation grinds to a halt, and I feel my arms losing energy. Neither of us, however, is prepared for the sudden new sensation. I was thinking, nobody's ass was prepared of Rin barging into the room. No. What if Rin knows and is watching all the time? An indescribable heat surges through me, coming from both myself and, seems, Amy as well. With one hand on my chest to steady herself, and another holding mine to make sure that I can't have my way with her again, she looks quite pleased with herself. And then, after a moment's hesitation, she moves. And she moves again. And again. Moves how? As she moves, Amy's breath itches. My breathing is starting to come faster and more raggedly as well. Amy's body shivers and stutters against mine. I can feel her starting to lose her balance. Must be harder for her to keep steady because she's missing her leg. You know what's harder? I'm sorry. I steady her as best as I can, cupping my hands around her backside. It's firm and taut. What's taut? Taut. Stretched or pulled tight. Okay. Not relaxed. You know what's harder? No hitting Radan. Yeah, there are definitely harder things. Makes sense, considering how much she runs. The potential power in those muscles make them flex as she responds to my touch. What I fail to take in account is the fact that my attempt to steady Amy kind of slides her forward and, well, it feels amazing. Her, her underwear slide easily against my trousers. Doesn't take long to figure out a rhythm. They were... Are they... Sorry, I was imagining a rhythm game of this moment. Surely safe for work. But Amy refuses to keep to it. Going now, fast, slow, pausing for what they are still dressed, okay? They are still not doing it, if that seems it. No, they are still dressed. Don't worry. Still fully fine. Pausing for what feels like an eternity. I'm not sure whether she's doing this to toy with me, or if it's to make her feel better. But I'm well past caring. The heat between us is growing more intense, and I can't hold back a gasp. The noise only seems to drive Amy along. I begin to punctuate her movements with some of my own, which causes her modest breast to bounce in time with her. Why does giggle physics even in a visual novel? Also, everything will have giggle physics, even small breast. Okay. Her breath begins to come faster as we continue. My own breathing becomes equally quick. With her eyes closed, her lips pursue expectantly. Purse. I just managed to lift myself up for a few moments. Our mouths seeking one another, her chest sliding against mine as our sweat mingles. As I flop back down, my trousers are soaked with sweat. I would take them off if it doesn't mean stopping what we are doing. And I don't want to stop what we are doing. Stop this growing pressure, this tickling in the back of my brain. Ah, okay. For a moment I was thinking they were tickling each other. No, no thanks. Amy is sliding faster and faster. Okay, so I suppose now they are in the grinding phase. Grinding to level 5 so they can learn the ice spell to beat the fire dungeon. That's what they are doing, right? They are grinding for XP. That's what I suppose they are doing. Her voice seemingly unable to convey what she's feeling. Her body, on the other hand, is doing a fine job at grinding for XP. Now we defeated the slime and we got to level 3. Not enough though. Suddenly she moves a little more erratically as my own breath itches in my throat, ending in a final desperate thrust that sends me over the edge into a surging feeling that I didn't know existed. Yeah, getting experience and leveling up is incredible, I know. Tower of Gargalis is PTSD. Now it's fading to white. My mind blanks, faced with white noise, and I succumb to the feeling of climax. For a few seconds, everything else in the world falls away except for this amazing feeling of Amy and I together. Okay, returned to the previous image, and then it passes. The white noise clears, and I'm left standing up into the eyes of the girl atop of me. I'm now level 5. For a few minutes, neither of us speak. The sound of our breathing fills the room, our chests heaving from the experience. She eventually, reluctantly, shifts off me and sits against the wall. I join her. Okay, now we return to the visual novel section. We have the same background. Now we have the portrait of her without clothes, though. So, did I blush? I didn't notice. Did I? Amy shrugs, still breathing a little heavily. Didn't notice either. Well, maybe we should... Rin comes in! Rin enters the room! I said it! Rin enters the room! Rin enters... Wait. I can't really show it now, but... Give it a second. Here. Rin enters the room! Wow. Just wow. Rin enters and says, I need to use your window. Rin, 4 minutes and 38 seconds. I thought you would last long. I need to use your window. My first instinct is to hide, but then I realized that I'm still utterly exhausted and sitting next to a topless Amy, so there's no running away. Rin eyes pass over Amy and me and focus on the window. There was a cloud. There was a cloud. A cloud? Says Amy. Rin nods. I was watching it from my window, but it didn't stay in my window. So I need to use your window. Rin, as you can see, it's not really the moment. Read the room, Rin. Read the room. Well, we could keep Rin on the side. Wait. Sure, we could keep Rin on the side here. Rin, I need to use your window. Jumps down from the embarrassment, from the cringe, from the what. So I need to use your window. Amy shifts a little, causing me to cough in order to cover up a giggle of my own. How long do you need the window for? Amy asks. We are, busy, she says with a wink. This time I can't contain my laughter. Rin ignores both Amy and me and pees out the window. Rin doesn't care. Rin wants the fucking cloud. We want the fucking... Rin wants the fucking cloud, okay? Her shoulders slump and she looks disappointed. It changed into something else. Disappointing. Amy's having trouble keeping a straight face. Sorry to hear that, Rin. Could we have a little privacy now, please? And Rin shrugs as if to say, can you? And hooks her foot around the door, pulling it closed behind her. The literal, I'm out of here. After checking the cloud, though. Wow. Wow, that was... I actually pretty happy to have seen this scene because... not really peak humor, but it was really funny. We both dissolve into raccoon's laughter, unable to deal with Rin's bizarrely timed visit any other way. After our laughter dies down, I look to Amy. We are both a total mess. Well... Amy raises an eyebrow. Well? Again? Amy grins and laughs, and then she nods. Again? Really? Interrupts sex, looks at Cloud, refuses to elaborate, leaves. We did not still reach that phase. We were still grinding for experience. Still, maybe now. We should probably ditch the clothes this time. Already. Time passes, we have the art rotating. Okay. Time skip. We are forward. Let me turn here, waiting for the image to update. Okay. Hoping it's fine. Okay, here. We are fine. And today we are not getting banned. Awesome. Here we are again. Working as always. The sunlight so they did it? Did they do it? There was a time skip. Oh well, I suppose it did. Oh, sorry, I've wrongly resized the window. Okay, it's fine. The sunlight breaks through my window shortly before my alarm ruins the morning silence. I feel sore. The events of the previous evening suddenly intrude upon my consciousness, and I find myself blushing. That was an eventful evening, and it explains perfectly the soreness in my lower back. The walk back, as I recall, had been rather tense. My trousers having been soiled. Okay, I had washed them off in the bathroom before going back to my room. But there was still a fairly obvious looking stain on the front. No. At least I hope Kenji didn't spot you. Fortunately to me, the only person I ran into on my way back was Kenji. Oh, never mind. And he didn't notice a thing. Well, apart from me being in the general vicinity. Of course, he asked how the night went and whether or not I'd learned anything of importance. From the conspiracy, right? I don't even know if I opened my mouth to answer. I was too tired to care. And this morning, I'll admit that I'm feeling pretty worn out. Still, Hemi had promised to meet me at the track, and I would hate to disappoint. Oh, here she is! This time she's clothed. She is indeed waiting for me when I arrive. Doing her best to look cheery, despite the fact that she's sitting in a wheelchair. I wave to her and begin stretching. You're early. Amy frowns and shakes her head. Ridiculous! You are late! Overslept, Hisao? All tuckered out. What's tuckered out? Extremely tired. Okay. Well, at least she seems more like her old self. And as expected, she doesn't seem that shy about mentioning our previous activities. Hey, you're lucky I could show up at all. All that cardiovascular activity last night, I nearly thought I'd have to see the nurse afterwards. Amy laughs out loud, and then her face suddenly becomes concerned. Hey, that's not, I mean, you're not dead, right? Go on, spit it out. It's just, would be hard to explain if you had an episode while we were, Oh. Now that she mentions it, it really is a legitimate concern. Well, we just go to the nurse and ask, Hey nurse, I need to ask about my condition. Sure, ask away. Can I do sex? The nurse will get a little shock, and then the nurse will smile. With a wide grin, I'm pretty sure. You need to build your endurance, Hisao. From tomorrow I'm feeding you 5 protein shakes a day. That's a lot. There was a time where... No, I don't drink... I never drank protein shakes. But... I don't know, I remember there were some vitamins with some drinks my mother used to make us. That's not the same thing though. I certainly hadn't thought of it last night. Other more pressing concerns has been at hand. Like Rin barging into the room. Well, I don't think anything we do is going to be any more of a strain than those morning runs. And I handled those fine, so... Amy considers this point. Wait, this is a new face! What's this face? A devious light appears in my eyes. In her eyes. Say... The light vanishes and Nemi grins ruefully at me. I can't help but feel vaguely suspicious. It seems to have forgotten a pair of gloves. I seem to have forgotten a pair of gloves. What do you need gloves for? Amy indicates the chair upon which she's seated. For this, of course. Sure, regular moving around is all well and good without them, but I want to be able to get a good workout. I don't get it. What are the gloves for? Maybe to move the wheels without ruining your hand? I don't know. And to get that kind of speed, you gotta have gloves. You don't. Okay, yeah. Yeah, she wants to run with the wheelchair. Wow. And what's a blister? Okay, a small bubble on the skin. Okay. Okay, I get the thing you get on your skin. Let me save it, okay. There was also a text before I forgot about, but... There was... Yeah, tuckered out. Moment I'm saving it, why not? Okay. So what are you wussing out on me then? Do I have to go it alone? To go it alone? Amy thinks for a minute, or pretends to think. Happy ways! Pretty happy ways indeed. Pretty happy indeed, yeah. Okay, because for racing you need gloves to get traction. Ah, I didn't think about it. Don't you... Well, more traction than bare hands, I suppose. If I remember right, there's a spare pair or two in the truck shed. She does seriously want to do it then. But in a normal school uniform, I'd have expected her to wear her gym outfit for something like this. Wait, what are they doing here? Amy looks askance at me. Now, what's askance? Maybe a puzzling look? With an attitude or look of suspicion or disapproval. Okay. Here. Seriously, you can't think of why a shed full of truck supplies at a school for the disabled would have racing gloves? Well, when she puts it that way, I suppose that makes perfect sense. Hey, I'm still getting used to this place. Give me a break, huh? I guess I can let it slide this time. Now come on, I need your help. I can't imagine what for, but then again, I didn't have a clue why racing gloves would be in the shed, so I'm not willing to press the issue. New image, the shed. Short stories. Two buildings were married. Then one of them cheated and went away. The other building shed a lot of tears. Amy navigates her way to the shed easily enough, though I can hear her grumbling under her breath. It's actually kinda cute. The shed. I hurry a little to reach the door first. Opening it will be easier for me than for her. The door opens and Amy starts to wheel inside, only to come to a sudden halt at the doorway. Seems the door sill is slightly too high for her to get over by herself. No, she's stuck! Help me, Sao-kun, I'm stuck! She makes a few runs at it unsuccessfully, before crossing her eyes and glaring at the offending object. Stupid wheelchair! Isao, can you give me a hand here? Sure. It's a simple enough matter for me to bump Amy over the doorway, jostling her lightly. Hey, easy here! Oh, sorry. It's at about this time that I fail to notice where I'm going and run Amy's chair onto a mat. No, she's dead again! She gives a startled yelp and topples forward out of her chair. There's a moment of silence as I gaze in horror upon what I've done, and Amy glares at me. He's out. Yes? Promise me you never work at the hospital. Maybe it's better for everyone. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Amy giggles and holds up a hand. Would you kindly help me back in my chair, Hisao? As I bend down to pick up Amy, she grins in triumph and pulls me into a kiss that quickly has us both entirely unconcerned about getting her back into the chair. In fact, as I move to a more comfortable position, I confess that the chair is pushed out the door, which, startled by the passage, swings shut. No. She's randomly undressing again. Why, Amy? Can you not get horny one day? At least one day? Please? Please? So yeah, let's get the audio. I don't think it's needed. Oh, it's dangerous. Okay. Here we are again. Well, at least we got privacy now. Which is a good thing, as my hands work quickly to remove any blows and skirt. It's your doing, Hisao! Can you get a bonk on this Hisao here? You are like boyfriend and girlfriend for like what? 4 days? 5 maybe? And now you just start undressing everywhere. Ah, the gall of those guys. I'm startled to discover that she's forgotten to put her bra on today. Did she plan this? Oh no! Knowing her, who knows? Her arms hook under mine and rest on my shoulders as I kiss my way down Amy's neck. The neck is fine. Pausing to give special attention to a spot right where the neck meets the shoulder that I'd found last night. Like here, is it a specific spot? Yes, I see sometimes scenes of people kissing there. I don't know, I can't remember from an old film, but I don't know why. I don't know why it seems not too weird. You've gotten pretty good at D. I do try. Amy pushes on my chest, insistently, and I draw back with a puzzled expression. Have you got a confession, Isao? I love you. Well, no shit. At this point. Oh? No, the I love you, it's mine. Having pulled back, I decide instead to focus my attention on her boob. As she attempts to speak, her words are interspersed with giggles that I find incredibly cute. I don't actually wear gloves. My own reply is rather mumbled onto her chest instead of being addressed to her face. Should have known. Words quickly become irrelevant. Emmy's movements are almost frantic, as if she's been holding something back since we met this morning. Damn, those guys are both horny. Someone needs to wait, what if Rin comes in again? Totally random. Please, Rin, please. And now she has an outlet of holding back. I'm very nearly caught off guard by her aggressiveness, feeling her nearly rip my shirt off. Calm down, girl! It's expensive, you know? The way she seems to vie. To compete in order to achieve something. Good thing Ring can swing a baseball bat. Yeah, they would both get the bonk. The way she seems to vie to be in the dominant position. Well, we kinda knew she was the dominant one and Isao is the sub, okay? That's no surprise at this point. Vai, compete. Okay, thanks. Oh wait, I forgot to screenshot. Okay, also, just to note, there is no specific graphic now. It's the normal visual novel setting with the portrait without the shirt. For my part, I confess that I'm caught up in her attitude as well, fighting back, rolling and wrestling even as I caress her boobs, even as her fingers dig into my shoulders, and I lose track of where we are. So much that I roll off the mat and land on something small and rather hard. Ugh, that hurts. Ow! Amy, still flushed and breathing a little heavily, peers at me and bursts into laughter. I'm sorry, are you alright? Yeah, I think so. Not sure what I landed on though. I reach under my back and pull the offending object out, inspecting it closely. The object is, I can't believe this, personal lubricant, lemon flavored. What? I'm quit. I'm sorry. I'm quitting. I'm quitting. I'm sorry. Why did Rin put this here? Rin made me plant literally everything. Yes, not Rin, Amy. Also, lemon flavor. Got a stink. Well, maybe it's complementary to her strawberry flavor. Who knows? Okay, let's continue. Wait, what? Amy's eyes shoot upwards as she begins, if possible, to laugh even harder. Somehow, I don't think this thing is not truck related. Ah man, I know what that is. What? It's of the truck captains. Why does he hold this thing here? Not even strawberry flavor, come on, get it together. Yeah, strawberry. Well, but strawberry and lemon can make a good combination together, maybe. Ah, my old nemesis. Or kind of. How did you know this? It appears that I've asked a stupid question. Or at least Amy thinks so. Because he's the one who told me the truck shed was good place for... What did they call them? Clandestine encounters. That's a pretty kind way to put it. Oh, he invited you to one or something? Amy burst into more laughter. I confess the sight of a naked Amy laughing is oddly beautiful. She's still wearing underwear, okay? I feel an eagerness to end conversation and get back to what we are doing. Bonk, despite my rather pointed questioning. Isao, the truck captain is gay! Plot twist! Okay, that's why the nurse told us we shouldn't worry about him. Not because it's her brother, because he's gay. Was that my theory or maybe not? I don't remember. Clandestine encounters of the third kind. I don't want to know about the first two. Huh. Really? And he initially thought you two were a couple. Well, I did have a crush on him when I first joined up, but he wasn't interested. Obviously. But we are good friends, I guess. I mean, he told me about all of this, you know? I hesitate to ask. And I really do. But I ask anyway. But what does he need the lube for anyway? No, Isao, you don't want to ask. You don't. I mean, it doesn't. How the hell does Amy always manage to not blush? Obviously, he uses it for, you know, the other entrance. The male entrance. I'm not saying the word. I tried to suppress a sneaker. I fail. Amy's giggling too. And he tells you about all of this? Amy shrugs. Yeah, of course. He's kinda worried about the whole thing. About the whole thing or the whole thing? I'm sorry. He says it's a feeling that can't be beat. The air in the truck shed seems charged with some kind of horrible curiosity. What do you mean horrible curiosity? He's out! Don't you dare to try the other... Don't you dare to... Okay. Never mind. But I tried, okay. That's interesting. I suppose I will have to take his word for it. Well... Birds outside stop chirping. The wind dies down. Somewhere, a man is drinking a cup of coffee. He freezes with the cup at his lips. What kind of description is this? We could, maybe try it? No, I hope she's not meaning what I'm thinking. My jaw suddenly and spontaneously. I suppose she suggests trying the normal, the standard thing, right? My jaw suddenly and spontaneously unhinges and hits the floor. What? Amy is finally blushing, rubbing the back of her head ruefully. Well, it's just that we really can't do what we did last night, you know? Oh no! She really suggesting that thing. No. I'm definitely not into it. It would be a little... It wouldn't be safe, you know? I mean, it wasn't exactly a great idea last night. Okay, so last night they did it, and now she's suggesting the roles reversed, as you can say, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. So, you know, we could try to see if it is good. If it is good. Well, yeah, basically. Huh. Okay. We got a very graphic image here. Luckily, he's behind at least. Okay, I understand what you're meaning. For a moment, I don't know why. I was thinking of the opposite. Don't ask me how or why. Okay, I don't think there's else I can describe, honestly. You can't really see the hot spots, but yeah, you can clearly see they are doing the thing. Not the main thing, the thing on the other side. Careful! Are you sure about this? I'm positioned behind Amy, who is looking back over her shoulder, looking a little flushed. Well, obviously, once we decided to go ahead with this idea, we had to get back into the mood. As Amy 20 minutes ago! She predicted the future! That accomplished, we emptied the bottle of lube and here we are. Yes, I'm sure. Come on, before I come down and think too much about this. Amy's breathing is still coming a little heavily, and her response is almost impatient. Which is to be expected, I suppose. We were both so close, and this is kind of delaying things. I think we've both gone temporarily insane. At least that's going to be my claim for here on out. That's not an excuse in the tribunal. I try hard to not think about the specifics of what I'm about to get myself into. There's no way this is going to be very clean. Taking a breath that is as much for me as it for her, I gently enter the door. There's a lot of resistance in the door because the hinges were old. Yeah, I need to make these comparisons otherwise. I don't know. I need to make the comparison to at least try to be less explicit, okay? It's like both of our bodies are reluctant to actually go through the door with it. They are going through a door, sure. Mostly he's out. Sayori. Amy's whole body tenses, and I'm only partially in the room since I'm entering the door at this point. To be precise, the back door. Feels surprisingly nice, if a bit odd. Amy, on the other hand, looks uncomfortable. The expression is almost comical. You could say after this, you will be on a wheelchair! Wait. Wait. The expression is almost comical. Yeah, she has an interesting expression. Can't really show it, though. It's like a surprised face with some sort of shocked face with the sad expression, but she's not sad. She's just surprised, very surprised. Should I stop? Emmy's breath itches in her throat. Seems to take a few seconds longer than it should to formulate a reply. No, keep going. It just feels weird. She giggles. I can't blame her. I'm surprised that I even managed to form a sentence. It's hot. Okay, what do you mean it's hot? What is hot? The room is hot. You are getting a flu. Are you fine? Are you getting ill? Feels exceedingly odd. The loop glistens unnaturally. Makes me uncomfortable. I continue to work my way inside the room, working slowly and listening carefully to Emmy's breathing. I reach my limit and pause. Emmy looks back again, biting her lower lip. And in the drawing, she actually is biting the lower lip. Are you going to try moving, or are we just going to sit here feeling silly? Is that an option? No, I just wanted to give you a chance to adjust. This doesn't make any sense. How did we even decide to do this? I don't think there's really any adjusting to this, Isao. Try moving, maybe it will feel better? She sounds doubtful, but certainly unwilling to admit defeat now that we've come so far. We have come so far, sorry. I begin a slow motion that seems to work well for both myself and Demi, as she closes her eyes in an attempt to concentrate on this new feeling. Sounds like they're trying to open a stubborn can of pineapples! Well, since I'm not showing anything, that's a nice excuse to avoid being banned. Yeah. As I begin to find a rhythm, I begin to feel that familiar falling away sensation I got yesterday. I close my eyes and try to lose myself in the feeling, except... for a moment I was expecting Rin to enter again. It doesn't seem right. Amy is not making any noise. I learned very quickly yesterday that Amy is somewhat less than quiet when she is happy on certain things. As I open my eyes, I see that Amy is trying to get into things, but it just doesn't seem to be working for her. Her eyes are closed, and she's biting her lip, but seems to be out of toleration rather than enjoyment. A sort of, well, this was a failure, but hopefully it will be over soon kind of look. I'm caught in a bit of situation here. No, you just stop here. In truth, I don't want to stop. But at the same time, it doesn't seem to be doing much for Amy. Or if it is, it's coming on far slower than am I. I feel bad. I want Amy to enjoy this too. Rin, come on Isao, you needed a loop for that. Would be the peak of comedy if Rin comes in again. I gotta be honest. Okay, new... I reach one arm around to tease at Emmy's front, which startles her. This in turn causes her to tighten around me considerably, causing a wave of happiness to blindside me. My gasp seems to amuse Amy, but her grin quickly turns into a gasp as I move my other hand casually down, and I, how do I describe this? Okay, I give her a quick massage on a pat on the head. Okay, a nice pat on the head, except it's not on the head. Okay, how to put it? Still hairy, but not the head. The motion of my own hips increases as my hand ministration to Emmy's pat brings back the the yelps that I'm used to. Headbutt lewd warning, as if all the rest isn't lewd. The lewdest thing here. Luckily it's censored, otherwise. I concentrate only on the feeling of my hands. One now. Yeah, one sliding the other on soft skin. Goosebump on her flesh, shivers and sweats as her own building climax causes her to get more strict, like she's more strict on rules. Yeah, until finally I can't possibly win this battle, right? That's what you're about to say. No, I can't possibly. Oh god, I'm sorry, Amy. I'm going to explode. Yeah, explosions. I love explosions because I ate some TNT before. I have to confess you. I give a final attack. My fingers tense around Amy's head part. Sure. Boom! We are kinda close to the explosion, I would say. We got a flash and. I suppose we exploded. Amy's back spasms as she arches up, a high, girlish cry that echoes off the walls, and I feel the wave of my explosion annihilate all the other sensations in my body, because explosions are powerful. Amy's arm gives out and she falls forward, rather violently, disengaging us and pulling somewhat dear to me in the process. The sudden switch from happiness to pain causes me to lose my balance, and I fall forward on top of Amy. Ow! Ow. Okay, this scene is safe, but let's wait until they dress up, okay? It's only the background now. I quickly roll off Amy and prop myself up, breathing heavily and trying to ignore the pain on my pee-pee. On my sword below. Amy yelps a little as she rolls over. She grabs a couple of the tissues with help handy earlier, and cleans up before getting her panties back on an awkwardly leaning against a wall. Awkwardly leaning against a wall. Well, we can. Okay. Well, for this light moment, we can have this. Still with Rhea blocking because it's not over. Just to have a context. The text won't be readable, but I suppose that's for the better now. Still breathing heavily, I decide to sit against the wall next to her. The feeling of the cool concrete against my sweating back is a welcome sensation. Yeah, still can show. Still, no, okay. Oof, in time. That hurt in the end. Yeah, that sounded like a total disaster. I hope. I hope no one will find out, since I don't know if they can clean truly. Yeah, this was probably not a great idea. Amy squirms in order to try and sit down beside me without too much pain. Judging by her winching, it doesn't really work. Yeah, I'm going to have words with the captain. He was clearly lying. The utter and absolute ridiculousness of the situation suddenly hits, and I begin to laugh. Amy shakes her head and begins laughing with me. Hey, Isao? Yeah? We're never doing this again, right? Yeah, I think my curiosity is satisfied on this one. Amy nods, satisfied. Good. I think we should maybe stick to the basics, don't you? I mean, most of this is new to me anyway. What do you mean, most? Isao asks. Amy grins impishly. I will never tell. An unpleasant thought strikes me. Even more unpleasant is the thought of having to ask Amy about it. Oh no, not Amy. Well, actually, if there is someone to ask, it's Amy. Because she definitely barged in to Amy having sex with any other guy, okay? If that's one, that's Rin. Still, after what we've just done, it should be a cakewalk. Hey, is there a sink? I'd kinda like to wash off a little. Amy Joe's drops. In the sink? Well, there's not really anywhere else to do it, is there? And I want to avoid smell that the nurse might notice. This is the most awkward conversation I ever had. Ah, you're right. Yeah, there's one on the back wall. So I need to get out. And there's Rin. Wash away the anger. There might be some soap too. Thanks. There is in fact... Okay, we are still inside, okay. There is in fact a little hand soap, which is better than nothing. No towel though. Guess I just have to drip dry. All finished? Yeah, that will do for now. It's not like I'm not going to take a shower after we see the nurse. Glad to hear it. Now help me find my clothes. You tossed them somewhere. Hey, you were no better. How I'm supposed to explain that hole in my shirt, huh? Damn, Amy is brutal. Hey, sorry, I got a little excited earlier. A little excited? You made a hole in my shirt, come on. Get a little, just slightly less horny, girl. Okay, transition. I suppose we are safe. No. Wait, did I? Okay. We are fine. We are safe. We are safe. We did it. It takes some time, but finally we are both more or less clothed. There's a frantic moment where neither of us know where Amy's wheelchair is, but I recall it going through the door and... Okay. Through the door and rescue it. Now be more careful going through the door this time, could you? Would you? Pumps are not my friend right now. I'm so sorry we tried this. Amy shrugs and grins. Well, it was worth a shot, right? And anyway, it was good exercise, right? Can't argue that. Oh, wait, that means now the morning exercise will be different. As we make our way up to the nurse's office, I notice that Amy keeps shifting uncomfortably in her seat. God, this feels weird. Good thing I'm in a wheelchair, Hisao. Why is that? Because that's the joke I made before. Because now I don't have to explain to the nurse why I'm walking funny. Oh. We are never doing this again. Wait. Let me screenshot this, why not? Oh, okay. The nurse is at least kind enough to not comment on the marks that Amy left on my shoulders. Nor does he say a word about Amy's constant shifting about in her wheelchair. Either he didn't notice or he didn't want to notice. All the same, I'm going to have to make sure he didn't slip cyanide into my medication for a little while. Just to be safe. I shower for longer than usual, just to be sure I'm clean for our little experiment, and then collapse on my bed. Class is in 20 minutes, so I can probably afford a nap. And I oversleep. And I wake up with Amy on my bed. Kinda. Knock knock. Who's there? Amy! Amy who? Amy who! RPG Maker Amy who! Wait, that's actually a nice joke. Well, nice. Makes sense as a joke. Knock knock. Who's there? Amy. Amy who? Amy V! Kinda, really kinda. RPG Maker, Emmy Boo! Who's there? Knock knock. That's not how the joke goes at all. Knock knock. I already said who's there, but in my mind. More importantly, what time is it? Even more importantly, what day? I am suddenly catapulted into wakefulness by both the fact that the knocking still hasn't stopped and the fact that it's noon on a school day. Now fully awake, I can't remember why I was napping. Better not give that excuse to Muto. Well, Muto, you know, I was kinda trying something with my girlfriend, explaining to detail, and then I tried a nap and fell asleep. And Muto is shocked. Sorry, I wasn't in class. I was experimenting sexually with my girlfriend and it tired me out. Perfect excuse. Yeah, that will go over well. I wonder how long this knocking is going to continue. Guess I ought to answer the door. Of course, it's Kenji. I'm surprised to see Kenji on the other side. Though it appears that Kenji is surprised to see me. What the hell are you doing here, man? Well, I was sleeping. Kenji nods in understanding. Knocked out, I see. I told you to be careful around that Ibaraki chick, man. Muto, okay, you're justified, bro, please. That would be a very Chad move from any professor. That is the sort of thing that happens when you aren't cautious. He makes an attempt to look at the back of my head. Did she hit you with something? Or was it a drug? Stop trying to touch me. Kenji produces a flashlight and shines it in my eyes. You got a concussion? I wasn't knocked out. Maybe you just don't remember. The conversation isn't going anywhere. No, I just had a tiring morning and fell asleep. Whatever, man. If you want to be in denial about this, I guess I can stop you. But you gotta watch out for that girl, man. She's not safe. What? She's not safe to be around. She's one of the most sinister agents. Sorry, I can't talk. I can't talk with his voice. If you're not careful, there's no telling what could happen. She's brought down stronger men than you know. What the hell are you talking about? She's not an agent of anything, and she didn't knock me out, okay? Ah wait, that's Hisao. He didn't knock me out. She didn't knock me out. I also hardly doubt that she's brought down anyone at all. Kenji looks almost offended. I have no idea why. You don't believe me? That's cold, man. Real cold. I'm just trying to look out for you. That's what friends do, you know. We are friends? I had no idea. Then again, I wonder if Kenji knows what being a friend even entails. I feel something like pity for him, standing there before me. Maybe he doesn't think he's looking out for me. I know. I'm sorry, thanks for the warning. I hold out my hand as a sign of peace. Kenji shakes it gingerly, like my hand could possibly be on fire. There's an awkward silence for a few seconds, before Kenji remembers that he's still shaking my hand. Anyway, I need a favor. What kind of favor? I'm out of money. No, you aren't. You've got money kept in your desk drawer under a black notebook. For emergencies. How the fuck do you know? Did you ransack my room? That's not important. Yes, it is indeed. I don't need the money anyway. He adopts a very serious tone. I'm about to undertake a major OP. Operator, maybe? Operator of the conspiracy? Or operation. OP stands as operation, okay. It will blow the whole conspiracy wide open if I'm right. But it's dangerous. I need you to do something for me in case I don't come back. It's not OP, it's OP. Ah, okay, so. Okay, that's the distinction between them. Oh, sure man, anything. I bet it's something with the books he stole. What the hell is he planning on doing? Should I be telling someone about this? If I go missing, wait 3 days and then mail my journal off to the newspapers. It's hidden in my room under a false bottom in one of my desk drawers. How do I get into your room? I don't have a key. Kenji looks at me like I'm crazy. Kenji, lend me 2,000 yen. This and everything for defeating the conspiracy, right? So, pick the lock, you know how to do that, right? It's an important skill to learn at a young age. Oh, yeah, of course I know how. I'll be sure to do that for you if you go missing. I don't think I want to read the Kenji journal. Either way, Kenji seems pretty happy that I've agreed to do this thing for him. Great man, great! I see you around. I got stuff to do. Yeah, I also have stuff to do. Amy comes, hey, I'm stuff! And Kenji, what did you say? Wait, that could be a nice meme actually. I got stuff to do. Amy, hi, I'm stuff! And Kenji with the angry expression. Annie's gone, dashing down the hallway. He made it seem so final. I hope I don't have to carry out his final wishes. Shaking my head, I close my door and walk back to my bed. Guess I should go to class if only to catch the last half of the day. But I've come this far without going to class today. And I did want to read more of that Hawking book Mutu lent me. I'm sure he will understand. And so we skip the school day. Again. Maybe this time it's Amy. This time the noise jerks my attention away from the book. An experience not unlike being woken up. Was there? Me, aren't you glad? Oh yeah, I am. The voice is muffled through the door, but unmistakably Amy's. Amy! How did you come here with a wheelchair? Wait, I suppose there are no stairs or there are elevators in the disabled school, right? I open the door, smiling broadly. Hey, nice to see you again. Amy grins back, staring up at me from her wheelchair. Yeah, you would have seen me earlier, but then the elevator wasn't working. Okay, I was right about the elevator, but they don't have any maintenance here. Had to wait for them to fix it. You'd think they could keep it in better order, but no. I chuckle a bit at her vexed expression and invite her in. She wheels in easily, and with my help, she hops onto my bed. There, much more comfortable than that stupid chair. A sigh of contentment hangs in the air, and for a minute we both just stare at one another. It's at that point I notice the circles under Amy's eyes. They're not that dark, but they definitely weren't there before. Before I can ask about them, Amy fixes me with a mischievous stare. So I couldn't help but notice you weren't at lunch today. In fact, I don't think I saw you at all. What happened, huh? Fell asleep. I actually didn't wake up until lunch, but only then because Kenji woke me up. What had you so tired, huh? Strenuous workout this morning. Slightly uncomfortable too. Amy coughs, half laughing, half embarrassed noise. Remind me not to do that again? No problem, I wasn't exactly great from either, to be honest. We just avoid that from now on. Are you still sore? Amy stares at me in disbelief. What? It's a legitimate question. Of all the questions I never thought I'd be asked, that's one of them. Well, I never expected to have to ask it, so we're even. Amy laughs. I guess so, huh? Well, since you asked, yes, I'm still a little sore. We're never doing that again. No arguments from there. It's interesting though how I was thinking that the not safe for work original version had just some extra scenes that were cut in this version, but there's more to that. It's not just a self scene on its own. They still talk about it later, so I wonder how the safe version is, because they need to cut all this dialogue. Or maybe they implied they did something, but not show it, maybe. I'm curious though. How did they manage to do the safe version? Because it's slightly into the story also, the not safe for work part. They are experimenting. That's an interesting thing. That's the first time also I play a visual novel with not safe for work, is it? I think it's the first time, yeah. A yawn escapes her, and there is an eyebrow. Well, actually, okay, maybe, okay, I admit, maybe I played only one before, but it was in Japanese, so I only played it for the images. But no, I didn't really like it though. Tired? Amy nods sleepily. Haven't slept well? Not sleeping well? I can't tell that she didn't mean to tell me this either, because she gives a little start like she's just been caught lying and has tends to add. It's not a big deal though. What's the trouble? Amy shrugs and refuses to elaborate. Stressed over exams? Another shrug, but after a pause, Amy nods hesitantly. Yeah, I guess. Actually, that's why I stopped by. She begins to look more and more miserable. Not so you'd notice, of course, but her eyes are on her lap. She's fidgeting and her voice is quiet. We need to stop hanging out so much. Huh? Why? Amy takes a deep breath, like she's been practicing this. Because you're too much fun to be around. Is that a compliment? And I can't concentrate when you're near me. With exams coming up soon, I just can't have that distraction. We could study together. Otherwise, my grades will be pretty lousy, I'm afraid. I could help you study. She smiles at me, clearly unhappy with the situation. I'd love if you could, but we wouldn't actually study, would we? I mean, even now I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but I kinda just want you, it's Amy. Why is everyone so bonkable? I just want to not converse, you know? Overwhelmed by my rugged manliness. I understand. That earns me a grin at least. Amy shakes her head. They're teenagers. I wasn't this horny in my teenage. Okay? In my teenage I was nothing like this. Well, probably because I didn't have a girlfriend, but that's another point. That's outside the point, okay? Amy shakes her head. Baka, you're full of yourself. Well, I am pretty irresistible. More or less, I guess. So that's the situation is how? I have too much fun around you, and if I'm going to go into exam prepared, I need to be alone. In my teenage years, I wasn't, period. Fad only started existing like 10 years ago. Spawned 10 years ago at the age of 18. I have too much fun around you, and if I'm going to... Okay, I read this. Hey, that's okay. It really seems to have been bothering her. Besides, it's only a couple of weeks, and we still see each other in the mornings and at lunch. We can just hang out at school, no problem. After exams, we go on a date to celebrate their being over. Okay? Amy grins, pleased by the proposal. Okay, on a date, please do it indoors, because since given your hormones, I I hope you're not doing it in public, okay? Because one time is, can we experiment the other side the next time? Can we experiment from here the next time? Can we experiment with that the time after? Can we experiment in public with a humiliation fetish? I don't know. Stop experimenting. Stay to the basics, okay? I'm actually 10. Objection. What's the 96 then? Or is it a 69 in reverse? My brain deleted my teenage years from my memory. All I remember is a constant sense of cringe. Yeah, I get. Sometimes when I remember my teenage, I remember mostly the cringe things I did, but the trick is embracing the cringe. Right. As if to signal the end of conversation, she leans in and kisses me. I got a fake illegal. So all the head pet you got were illegal. Oh no. As if to signal the end of the conversation, she leans in and kisses me. The rest of the night is not spent worrying about exams. Aww. And good morning. Now I wake up with Amy next to me. Okay, it's skipping right after. It's weird how easily Amy and I can keep from seeing one another after class now. Actually, I'd venture to say that it's vaguely disturbing. As easily we've come together, we seem to have split apart without much trouble. Well, I guess that's not exactly true. We've both been pretty bummed after that last night together. And we get to see each other every morning for our runs. And just our runs, I might add. Lunch too? Wait, runs? She's not running, right? Lunch too. I especially enjoy lunch time with her. We have plenty of time to talk about everything outside of school, whereas the morning runs have become increasingly businesslike. I think it's because Amy wants to make up for our foolery in the storage shed. No matter how much we joke at lunch, I can't help feeling a little worried about her. She seems distracted more often, and I've caught her fidgeting nervously more than once. Never figured her to be someone who cared that deeply about exams, but they certainly seems to be taking their toll, even though they haven't even started. This is just the run-up, the deep breath before the plunge. I've got to be honest, I never worried about exams when I was in high school. Because, well, math I didn't really need to study because I did most of the studying during lessons with exercises. Also because I was on my desk with the two math geniuses of my year. The other, well, science, I was taking low votes, so I didn't study a lot at all. Informatic, I was good, but the teacher was a B word, so I took mediocre voting, whatever I studied or not. Art class was the peculiar one because I remember one time I wanted to study the break before the exam, but I studied for 2 minutes and was definitely not enough. Didn't help, I didn't follow the lesson. So it was kinda a blank paper of answers. If I remember though, my friend gave me a paper with some answers. I still took a pretty bad vote there. Tomorrow the real trials begin. Or the real exams anyway. As for me, I actually don't feel that worried about exams at all. I'm not sure why. I mean, they're pretty important. My scores here will determine my odds of getting into a good university. Hell, if I'm not Cavalier now, It could spell doom for my academic career. But going into them, I feel confident that I'll come out the other side okay. Muto thinks I've got the science examination locked up, at any rate. Or as he says, the last thing that should give you trouble is my exam result. It's way beneath your talents. Then again, it is Muto who's telling me this. His praise of me carries the veiled implication that anything less than perfect from me would be a disappointment, which has actually caused me to fret more than I should about exam. It's for that reason that I find myself in the library after class, poring over the textbooks. Poring. It's not pouring, it's pouring. Pouring is to pour, be absorbed in reading or studying something. Okay, nice. Let me screenshot. Okay. Hi, Owari. Pretty simple things to look over. Some formulas. Some formulas are of velocity, a few bits about friction. A walk in the park compared to my dreaded English exams. Never was good with languages. Pouring reminds me of Ragnarok Online. How so? As I flip through my notes one more time, my mind begins to wander. After those exams are over, things should get easier. Soon we'll be graduated. Then off to college, hopefully. I remember my abortive attempt to find out what Amy plans to do after high school. She avoided the subject pretty deftly, as I recall. Heck, seems that just about every time I push too hard, she dances around the subject. Or distracts me through, other means. Like a few days ago at lunch when Rin wasn't around. I've done it! I'm startled from my reverie by Yuko's triumphant shout. Ga! Nulpo! Yuko seems mortified at my sudden starting. Oh my god! I'm sorry, I just got, and I really wasn't, and it's just that... she stutters. I move to quickly calm her down before she gets too agitated. Hey, my words seem ineffective. Yuko continues to work herself into a complete frenzy. And it's a librarian and I shouldn't be... Easy there, calm down. And I am setting up an example and now I get fired because I can't do anything right. She's crying. Yuko! Shouting seems to work. Though I drew the blades of ire of several other students studying in the library. Yuko snaps to attention, like a soldier who's just heard the captain bark in order. Sorry. Calm down, it's okay. You just startled me a little, that's only because I was daydreaming instead of studying. So really, you got me back on task. This is a complete lie, but it seems to work. The basic slime monster is called a pouring. That's a weird name. A pouring. A slime that's reading. Usually it's the opposite. You read while slimes attack. Though she keeps shifting around with a nervous energy that seems awfully familiar. So what's got you so excited anyway? The Yamaku Cat Bulgrar! To her credit, Yuko manages to convey her intense excitement in a whisper. I think I know who it is. I got an anonymous tip as to their identity. So I did some spying, and I think the tipster was right. Oh really? Who was this Bulglar? Yuko shuts her mouth, shaking her head decisively. No, I can't tell you that. Why not? It's between me and the Bulglar. It's a matter between me and him. I can't risk you warning him that I'm onto his game. He could tip his hand early and blow town. Then I'm left with no perp. When did Yuko start talking like a hard-boiled detective? I wouldn't warn them, why would I care? If you got to ask this question, you don't need to know. That doesn't make sense, but okay. Congratulations, I guess? Thanks! What for? The cat burglar thing? Yuka nods and smiles appreciatively. So, studying for exams? Well, that was the plan. I'm not having much luck though. Really? It's because you can't find a book? I'm really sorry. I've been meaning to clean the shelves up for weeks now, but I keep getting distracted. I'm sorry. Oh, hey, wait, not that. I got my book right here. To illustrate the point and hopefully calm Yuko down, I show her the textbook in front of me. My mind just keeps wandering, that's all. It's because the noise in here? I'm trying to be more strict about the noise level, but I can't bring myself to yell at people. How did she manage to land any job, let alone two? Well, I can understand maybe getting the job on the cafe. Because, I don't know, people might enjoy a clumsy person who serves coffee, right? Or tea. It was tea. I mean, aren't their lives hard enough without me throwing my authority around? No, that's not the noise level either, I promise. I'm just, I don't know. Worried about Emi. Worried about us. Worried about what happens after we graduate. Emi's been kind of weird lately. What do you mean? Well, you know how we are dating now. I just don't know that we're actually, you know, a couple, or at least I don't know what we're beyond friends. Though friends normally don't do the sort of things we do. Yeah, actually, they are called friends with benefits. Still friends. Physically, we're a couple. Coupling, at least. It's like every time I try to find out more about her, or about what she wants to do with her life, she dodges the question. Also, I do not agree, really. You can't physically be a couple. A couple is two people that want to stay with each other for life, not persons who want to do things all the time. That's not being a couple, in my opinion. It's being a friend with benefits. A couple, well, okay, they love each other, but a couple is not that. I absolutely don't like the term physically we're a couple. That's bullshit. Oh, hi Michael, Ratatin Gaming. How it's going? We got 2 sex scenes in a row. Luckily they were promptly censored. Okay, it's the loot box. Box. Gotcha for you. And you got fuzz. Michael, please share your luck with me. You're getting every legendary now. Insta witch, your next word. I was too late. Also, as you see, I have a new setup for the stream avatars since below they were covering the text. I need to find other ideas. I will place a RPG Maker map in the background here. I think it will look nice. So they are exploring the map. Like the other day, I was talking to her at lunch about some schools I've been looking into. And I asked her, have you looked into any schools lately? She shrugs in response, says no, and when I ask why not, she says she doesn't think that far ahead. I asked why, but I suddenly realized what I'm about to start describing, and Wazi decided to climb up. I don't remember, she shuts him up with a kiss, right? She what? She changes the subject. Wouldn't talk about it. Maybe it's an uncomfortable subject for her? Or she just doesn't think it needs explaining. Yeah, but it's not just that. Every time I try to find out what's been bothering her, she changes subject too. Seems she like being with me, but not getting close to me. Now that I said it out loud, feels worse. You could digest this bit of information. I know, seems to me that you're more serious about this than she is. I can almost feel my stomach twist into a knot. She's right. That's exactly what it seems like. But is that really what's going on? I mean... sorry, I'm just talking nonsense. You shouldn't take my advice, you barely know me. I'm just a librarian and I'm single, so you can imagine I can know what I'm talking about. To everyone interested, she's single. Also, to be honest, she's probably closest to my age than the other characters, so... probably. If I was younger... Amy... If I have this age, yeah, I would go for the librarian. I'm all ears. No, I think you have a point. As much as it hurts to even consider it. Yuko seems to try desperately to find a way to soften the blow somewhat. Librarian route. Unfortunately, there's not. Ah, look! I'm probably wrong, but if you want to be sure how obviously wrong I am, maybe you just talk to her? That's a pretty good point. Get some time alone and just ask about it. Don't let her change the subject either. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Or maybe I should just enjoy what I have. We have fun hanging out after all. And the rounds are nice, and the other activities, wink wink, are nice. And talking to her is nice. Do I really need to get closer to her? Well, I can't freak the shit out of you without getting closer, right? What I've got right now is pretty good. But that's silly. I want to get closer to her. Yeah, I get what he's thinking. Talking seriously to someone ruins the mood. Brings seriousness to the table. But, to be honest, it's like... Okay, I will make a weird comparison. It's like in an RPG having learning a passive where you get 1 extra point in HP or 1 extra point in attack every level up. Of course, it's best to have it early as possible. But if you don't get it, later you will be underwhelmed and you will lose. With comparison, but it's to say that it's better to talk right away. Instead of having the problems pile up one another until they break up. Yeah, I didn't make the best comparison, I know. I want to get closer to her. I want to be able to help her out with whatever is bothering her. But maybe I should wait until exams are over. Maybe she will brighten up once the stress has passed. If she does, then I don't need to worry about it anymore. But if she doesn't, well, I will cross that bridge when I come to it. I thank Yuko for her advice and head back to my room. Ah, Van Gogh jump scare. Maybe I will be able to concentrate more on my studies in there. And it's the next day. I think we should stop here. Jotaro, I want to be closer to him. Dio, I'm approaching. Oh wait, we got a time skip right after the exams? Okay, then I think that's a good point to stop. After a time skip. Not a big time skip as Fire Emblem, but still a time skip. Okay, I'm still curious on how the story goes without the extra scenes. The one we got I couldn't show, you know. Current scene, Phantom Pain. That's an interesting name. Okay, how we stop here? We only did 2 hours, but really talking all the time is stressing my vocal cords. Also, I should stop in 30 minutes, so at most we will do extra 30 minutes, but these feels are a perfect time to stop. Okay, then. Let's see, we could raid Miss Blob. Hope you find some gear, some metal ones, 5 of them. Yeah, I now recall this was a name I heard as a subtitle from Metal Gear. Okay, that's everything for today. We will continue next Sunday. We will have the next stream. This is important. We will have the next stream on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, because we are playing the Italian games for the Cursed contest in English, even if they are in Italian. And we see the rest, okay? That's everything. Thanks again for coming by. And we see ya whenever it happens.